collaborative effort to bring business to the region. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me this hour is Jon Scott. He is president and CEO of Berks Economic Partnership. Thanks for being with us.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for inviting me back.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the progress that you've made with Ride to Prosperity. This is really a collaborative effort, but talk to us about how it works, and then we'll get into some of the steps that have been made in order to bring this to fruition.
Well, 8 different economic development organizations spent almost a year working together to delineate and to ascertain what should be our region's top economic development priorities. And they were broken down into 5 critical areas that would include sites and infrastructure, workforce and talent development, etc. And we have now had a year since the Ride to Prosperity was announced, and we recently had a press conference highlighting some of the accomplishments which collectively the group has really made happen. And it includes items in all 5 of the work areas. There's great progress, but the document itself was not meant to replace anything that had been done before, but rather to augment that and to create some really good action items that we could work on that could be accomplished in a 3 to 5 year period.
And you've actually seen some progress already at this point, even though it's a 3 to 5 year time frame. You've actually had 9 projects that have already come to fruition in a 1 year time frame.
And in less than a year, with Berks Economic Partnership, we've had 9 projects. What's important is the projects that we've been seeing and the prospect activity has been more focused. And year to date, 44% of that activity has been centered in the advanced and diversified manufacturing cluster, 22% in agriculture, food, packaging, processing, and production, about 12% in business services, 10% in alternative energy. And that's, I think, about 88% of all of the activity. And we do take all incoming calls. So we don't market to attract retail, but we're very capable of dealing with it, and that's about half of the other percent.
Now, when we talk about some of the other things that are happening, you say there are 100% more prospects than in the past year. What are some of the other prospects that are on the horizon? You say primarily it's been manufacturing, diverse manufacturing, but also food and agriculture. But what's on the horizon? What are the prospects that are still out there?
Right now, this is a hard one to classify because it doesn't fit squarely within a category, but we're working with a large industrial laundry company that's looking to find a site on the east coast of Pennsylvania. They have a headquarters in western PA and operations in Ohio, but it would bring over 200 jobs, maybe 250 jobs, and the only site they're looking at in Berks County happens to be in the city of Reading. So it would be a great boon. The workforce is available here, easy to get to the site, and it would be a great asset. So that's not really manufacturing. That one fits into our other category. We're working with a couple of different food companies to try to get them into a particular building that's been rehabbed, the former Luden's building, and they're looking at bringing in additional tenants there, and just a whole myriad. We have about 125 active prospects right now.
Now, you mentioned workforce. Is it a matter of having a trained and educated workforce already in place in order to attract these prospects?
It depends with the type of company that's coming in, but invariably every company is going to need people that can fix machinery. And when Sunrich Fresh Foods, for example, came into town, a lot of the people I had were going to be working on the fruit cutting portion of the operation, but thanks to Reading Area Community College and the Schmidt Training and Technology Center, a particular program was established based on mechatronics so that Sunrich could have people go through a whole training protocol so that they'd be able to fix the machinery if it needed it as quickly as possible, because in manufacturing, downtime is dead time.
And we just have a short time left, but we've talked about what's happened in the past year. What do you see happening in the next year to 3 years?
I think that the whole group is going to continue moving ahead. One of the big areas that we need to focus on is on developing more sites and properties, getting that infrastructure in place, and the county's been doing a great job leading that, but is supported by everyone else involved.
Thanks so much. We've been talking with Jon Scott. I'm Jill Horner.